Hey guys, what is up? I know it's been a really long time since I've taken an update on this tank. I just wanted to give it a chance to fill in and really, make sure everything was dialed in before I updated you guys. So far, as you can see in the bottom, all the Star Asian repins, there's new growth on all of them. Everything's taken off. Just today, I trimmed all the Rotala on the left, and the HM on the right is recovering from a big trim I just did. So I'm having some problems with algae. That's just because I think I've gotten lazy with my water changes lately. I'm kind of switching over to doing RODI water, and I'm having a hard time getting that set up, the whole system of manufacturing and getting the water in the tank. So that will solve itself in time. I got the Marineland C530 canister filter installed. It is a little bit louder than the C360 I was using. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that more quiet. You may or may not be able to hear it in the video right now, I'm not sure. But here, I'm going to take you off the tripod and bring you in for some close-ups, so please bear with me right now. It's going to be a little shaky. Sorry about that. But I finally got my hands on the plant I've been trying to get forever, AR Mini. Finally got my hands on a few stems of that. As you can see right there, that's the Pogastamon Helferi that I got from PetSmart. It is doing fantastic. If you recall my unboxing video of that, I had gotten about 17 stems of it, and it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 stems. 6 healthy, transitioned stems that are giving me new growth every day. So they're looking pretty fantastic. I really like those. Hopefully pretty soon I'll be able to start propagating those and get more of those. I also want to point out my Blixa japonica is doing fantastic. There's new growth on that. It's finally doing something. I don't know why, but in my 29-gallon tank it just seemed to never do anything. So now it's finally starting to get bushier and starting to look like a DET aquariums. I love his Blixa. That's kind of my goal with that plant, to get mine to look like his. There was a Lobelia cardinalis plant right here that I took out. It was supposed to be the dwarf species, but it kind of just kept getting taller and taller and looked identical to those Lobelia cardinalis, which aren't dwarf. So I decided to take that out. That just wasn't the right place for it anyway, so I took it out. See what that Amania SP Bonsai right there between those rocks is starting to do pretty awesome. Start cutting that, propagating it. Today I did a big trim and I scrubbed the tank of algae and everything. So also I scrubbed the rocks. You can see the hack job I did over there on the Rotala is getting pretty long. Some of the stems were starting to lean over the top of the tank and shade some of the plants. Can't have that. See, here's an example of the algae I'm having on the what is this? I'm having a brain fart. Anubias nana, sorry. On the Anubias nana, there's some algae on those leaves. You can see that bright green leaf in the middle is new growth. So I'm getting about a new week every week on these plants. The roots are starting to take really well, so they're doing good. This plant right here, the very, very front plant between those two rocks, is Rotala Mini Type 2. So it's an extremely rare plant. And it's also very tiny. This is about as big as it gets, so you can see it's very, very tiny. I don't think that's the best place for that plant. With all tanks, you do some rearranging after the first initial setup, so that will get moved. I want to get some more AR Mini and put it there. So as soon as this starts to grow out, I'll be able to propagate that. Also, I feel like that Lobelia cardinalis back in the back right there isn't the right place for that plant, so we'll figure out something else to do with that. So I got 5 more Odos in this tank now, so I have a total of 25 Odos. And I also got 10 more Neon Tetra. I think I have a total of 32 Neons. So I have 32 Neons, 10 Harlequin Rasboras, 5 Dwarf Rainbows, and there's my Powder Blue Dwarf Grami. So I do want to get some crystal red cherry shrimp in this tank. I just need to bring the GH down before I do, or else they'll just die. I also want to get a lot of Amano shrimp. On a tank like this, a high-tech tank, you can never have too many algae-eating species. If I didn't have the small scale that I do, oh look at that, a nice school going across. If I didn't have the small scale that I do with this tank, I would get things like Chinese algae eaters, you know, the flying foxes, bristlenose plecos. Just I would have any algae eating species that I could. So I got to get as many of the ones that I can that fit the scale, like Amanos and Odos. As you can see, the Star-Agent Repens carpet is well on its way. Probably in the next couple weeks they'll all be long enough for me to propagate again, so I'll be able to double what I have. I already have 270 stems of Star-Agent Repens, so I have a lot of that. It'll also give me a better idea once I grow out a little bit larger, where I need to put more stems to make it look more full. But yeah guys, this video is getting already long enough. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please feel free. Oh, before I let you go, I want to show you one thing I got. Sorry, let me turn the lights on down here. I got this 20-pound CO2 tank off Craigslist for free. So I ordered an adapter. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work. I have the Aquatech Mini Paintball CO2 regulator. I got an adapter I think will work. Will let me put that regulator on this tank, but I'm not sure. If it doesn't, I'll have to sell my regulator that I have now and get a proper regulator. So right now I have there's the Aquatech regulator that I have. I'm not sure if it's going to fit. Hopefully that adapter works. There's the preliminary showing of the Marineland C530 canister filter up and running. I'll do a video on that once I figure out a way to make it a little bit more quiet. So more on that in the next time, or next video. Alright guys, let me put you back on the tripod. There's the overall tank shot. And now everyone loves those, so thanks guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.